Welcome to the Community Difference Plano. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. And hosted by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group. And sponsored by PBJ Mortgage, Jade Galt, Jim Thomas, Business Consulting and Funding, Fireboss Realty, Diane Cassel with Castle to Castle, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, and by Lauren Gill with My Live, Love, Travel.
The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by looked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
Good morning. Welcome to the Community Difference Plano, a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I'm your host, Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, where we empower individuals and businesses to live life on fire. We coach aspiring entrepreneurs how to transition out of the corporate world, build their own businesses in the financial services space, and we are always dedicated to inspiring and igniting ambition. So we have an exciting lineup today. We've just transitioned out of May. We are into June. Hopefully you know that. Hopefully you know what month it is. But we've got a brand new topic. That's why I'm excited. Cause-based collaboration, collaborative marketing for innovative branding. We're going to jump into that heavily in our second segment right after we talk about what's going on in our community. So we've got some amazing co-hosts and guests that are going to be able to speak to that, both experientially and as we all learn together. That's going to be a really exciting topic that will not only be today, but also through the month of June. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right in. Let's meet our first co-host today. She's your travel expert, passionate about fun and culture, specializing in incentive trips, Europe trips, all-inclusive trips, and cruises. Man, that sounds awesome. She loves creating lifelong memories and giving back by curtailing specific travel packages, especially for nonprofits. Please welcome to the show, Lauren Gill.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lauren. What are you most excited about today?
I'm excited about our topic, but also our guests. We've got some really amazing people that are going to be on today.
Well, we need to get to those guests. Before we do that, we've got to introduce somebody that you've known for a long time. Founder of Castle to Castle, empowering nonprofits, teaches purposeful networking. That's a key word. And inspires positive change. She's all about elevating lives, funding hope, and spreading joy and love. Please welcome to the show, Diane Cassel.
Good morning.
Good morning. What are you most excited? You're always excited, Diane. What are you most excited about today?
This is my hot button, cause-based marketing. That's really what I do every single day, what God allows me to do every single day. So to be able to join together and help local business owners and nonprofits come together to make a difference in our communities, that's what I get excited about.
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear more about that. Let's introduce our first guest today. She is from ES Counseling and Consulting, Master's in Biblical Counseling, and a background as a clinical director for a trafficking survivor program dedicated to helping people heal from trauma, and excitingly just launched her own private practice this past January. Please welcome Elizabeth Schutz.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
We've known each other now 10 years? I don't know, a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while. What are you most excited about today?
Growth. I think just
that's a great
my own life and seeing it in the people that I get to serve.
Lyndon, we need to talk. We need to just capture that moment and send it to some people that we know in the background. That's an inside joke between you and I.
Yeah.
But before we hit our first break, let's bring in our second guest. Excited to have Dr. Erb from Erb Family Wellness, 26 years in the practice, expert in spinal correction and nutrition, obviously something that's very important in today's world, running Max Living Clinics in Texas. He's a sought-after speaker and coach, providing hope and healing for patients of all ages. Dr. David Erb, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
We're excited to have you. What are you most excited about?
Miracles, bro. It's miracles. I love people with turning around, getting transformation, getting off their meds, being health free so they have freedom. I love it.
That is fantastic. Man, we need to talk after the show. We have a lot in common. That's awesome. And then lastly, but certainly not least, VP of Private Client Services at Assured Partners, over 35 years in the insurance industry, specializing in risk analysis for successful individuals and families, tailors insurance solutions to meet unique needs, but also an outdoor enthusiast, which he probably hasn't got much to do lately with all the rain. But we're excited he's here. Please welcome Kirk Hodgson. Sorry, I just totally butchered your last name, Kirk. I apologize.
That's all right, Nathan.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
What are you most excited about today?
Well, the opportunity to visit with y'all and be on my first podcast, and really just the chance to interact with a great topic of conversation this morning. So really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we don't want to hold you from doing that any longer. So we're going to take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about, hey, what's going on? What's up in Plano? Our What's Up Plano segment is filled today with a lot of amazing information, things that you need to know, as well as our interview with Plano City Councilman Shelby Williams and his newly appointed additional role as the Collin County GO. So stick around on the difference. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Cassel with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asiya Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, Scott Johnson with Fireboss Realty, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
What's Up Plano, where we try to give you all the information you need to know from hirings, business openings, major political news, construction projects, like whatever we believe is important to our community. We're going to start out real quick. If you'll throw this up there. And then a reminder, this is a really big event. Texas flood. Diane brought this to our attention initially a couple weeks ago. Texas flood event on June 22nd, okay, presented by Plano Arts and Events. June 22nd, it's going to be inspired by Texas blues legend Stevie Ray Vaughan. Outdoor event, bring your chairs, picnics, coolers, no dogs. They don't want your dogs. So, Diane, you'll be happy about that. It's an inside joke from Diane. Gates open at 6 p.m. Tickets are $18 for adults, $16 for seniors, and it's going to be a fantastic event. It's sponsored by one of my favorite grocery stores, H-E-B, and it's at the Red Tail Pavilion. So it's part of the 2024 concert series.
Hey, Nathan, real quick, we're losing your audio a lot, so we've got to get that fixed.
Okay. Let me turn it over to Shelly. Can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to bring in Shelly Francis with Lone Star Food Tours.
Good morning.
Good morning. We connected last Saturday, and she's going to share a little bit about what's going on with Lone Star Food Tours in downtown Plano specifically, and also who she's bringing on.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for letting me be on this morning. Yeah, my business partners and I started Lone Star Food Tours about 2 years ago. We are a premium walking food tour right here locally. We support 3 brick and mortar restaurants in downtown Plano with every single tour. You get to try the best of the best. We support brick and mortar high-end quality boutiques and just teach you about the vast history of Plano. You know, so many people are obsessed with West Plano and Legacy West, which is wonderful. But East Plano is where the heart and soul and foundation of Plano comes from. So we're just so proud to share that with others.
What are Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No problem. One of the things we're most excited about is not only are we founding this business in the later part of our career, one of our core values is to bring along young moms, especially that have chosen to stay home for a while and raise their family. But things are expensive, times are tight. So we offer high quality, high paying part-time employment for these moms. Tours are 2.5 hours. We pay them for 3 hours, well above minimum wage. If our guests are generous and happy, they also tip. And our tours start mid-morning. So the moms take their kids to school, come in, run a fantastic experience for our guests, and are home in time to pick their kids up from carpool. So we're so excited for them. We kind of dissipate that resume gap. They have something to put on their resume that they did and learned while they were staying at home. And we can't really help them pay their mortgage with what we pay, but we can make a difference in what their family's economic situation looks like. And we love that.
Well, that's awesome. Anytime we can shed some light on opportunities for people in this economy, obviously, but what a fun thing to be a part of, not only working with you, but just experiencing the food, et cetera. So thank you so much for stopping in. We're going to meet afterwards. I'd love to have you on and really get to know you more on a different show, but thank you for bringing that to our attention. And it was great to see you. Look forward to making some more collaborations in the future.
Thank you so much. I'll have a great show.
You too. Lauren, actually Elizabeth, we're going to obviously dive into your experience and your story a little bit later, but you've got some exciting things happening this summer.
Yes. Mental health doesn't take a day off, even though many people are looking forward to vacations. We're running a summer special for new clients. Instead of the $200 rate, we're offering some limited spots of $100 per session. Okay,
awesome. So this would be the time if that's something that you need to address, or just want to have those conversations to figure out who the right person to talk to is. Obviously, Elizabeth is someone that's going to help you in that regard. So, Lauren, Texas Slam Tennis Tournament. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Any tennis players amongst our guests or co-hosts today? Pickleball?
I tried pickleball. Yes, pickleball.
Yeah.
Pickleball, I feel like, has kind of replaced tennis a little bit, but the Texas Slam tournament in Plano that's starting this Friday showcases like the top talent amongst youth. And one thing that I find especially cool is, for the first time ever, they have a wheelchair division. So it's allowing some of those kids that are disabled to participate in this fun sport and kind of highlight their skills, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome. And what are the dates on that?
It's June 7th to June 12th, and it's at the High Point Tennis Center, which was recently renovated. And has anybody been to the High Point Tennis Center? Yeah, they've got pickleball courts there too. Go figure. But recently renovated, so a great place to go and check out some youth playing tennis and showcasing their talents and skills.
Is that the one on Spring Creek?
Yes.
Just west of 75?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I passed that. I used to pass that in our old office all the time. Have you gotten any good at pickleball, Lauren? Are you a pro yet?
I'm not great at any sport that involves hitting a flying ball. Volleyball, tennis, anything. I don't even bowl. So no.
That's rolling a ball. That's different.
I know. I'm not good at that either.
Dr. Erb, I feel like you're an athlete. Am I making that up? Do you play pickleball?
I tried pickleball once and I wasn't any good. I used to play sports. My only sport now is just meeting with people and their families, get them healthy. That's my sport now.
That's good. Hey, that's a good sport.
I don't know. He water skis and he snow skis, so don't let him fool you.
Well, I don't actually water ski. It's actually surf. I surf behind a boat at Lake Grapevine. That may be my one sport, if it's even a sport.
Well, that's definitely a sport. I can't do that, so that sounds pretty amazing. I think that counts. So, speaking of outdoors and sports, 4th of July is coming up. Obviously, a big outdoor time for celebration for our country and for especially us Texans. We love to get out there and enjoy the sun. Diane, there's some exciting things happening in Plano. Tell us about those.
Well, it's always about the fireworks. You never get too old. I hope you never get too old to enjoy fireworks and see how exciting they are. So on July 4th, the day of, there we go, Oak Point Park. So the park opens at 6. There's complimentary parking next door, which is the Collin County Community College campus. And there's the Facebook page. Here is what we have up. So you can check out the Facebook page for more details and updates. You can see that it opens at 6. The fireworks will be at 9:30, and it'll be over at 10. I know a lot of people love to take their dogs out because they're part of the family, but there are some restrictions on this event. No dogs, no coolers, and no alcohol. So just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention and go out and have a great time.
Same as the Texas flood.
Right.
Same restriction. Yeah.
So it's
you
all
should be
about
happy about that.
But it's all about family, and you would be amazed at how many people you know and you will see when you go out there. It's just amazing that it becomes a very small world, I guess I'll say.
Well, that's good. I hope everybody, if you're not going there, I mean, I obviously recommend going there, but just go somewhere and celebrate, be with family, exactly like you said, Diane. Well, we caught up yesterday with our very own friend of the show, Plano City Councilman Shelby Williams, and I wasn't able to be on live, but we interviewed him. He just recently became the Collin County GOP chair, along with his duties as the Plano City Council. So we stopped down and had an interview with him, and this is how it went. Well, Shelby, good morning. Thank you so much for stopping in and sitting down with us. Always a good friend of the show, and more importantly, a good friend of Plano. First of all, congratulations on your win for GOP chair in Collin County.
It's an additional responsibility because it's an elected party role, not a government role. I can do both simultaneously.
Okay.
And of course, both are big jobs, and I have no intention of shirking my duty to the people of Plano. But by taking on this additional responsibility, I think there are numerous ways in which the two overlap. My normal interaction in the county, by virtue of my role in city council, by extension, can be of enormous benefit to the party with me wearing both hats simultaneously. If I'm out there just doing what I do anyway, and I am also the face, the representative, the chairman of the Collin County Republican Party, then that only serves to enhance the Republican Party brand.
You've been talking about running for Collin County GOP for a while, and something that's been really important to you. Now that you've been elected, you've won that position. What are some plans for Collin County that you want to see improved upon, or that you're going to use your role to help make our county, and obviously an extension from our city into our county, an even better, safer, more opportunistic place to live?
Well, there are, this is another area for overlap. As Collin County GOP chair, since it's a party role, it's not like I'll be doing anything directly with county development, taxes, or anything. But organizationally for the Republican Party, I have a lot of plans on how to better function as an organization, community outreach, et cetera. But one of the key areas is Republican advocacy. Some of our values are like safe communities, and Plano is perennially one of the safest cities in America. Frisco is now one of the safest cities in America.
We talked about that 2 weeks ago on the show. Yeah,
that's right. That's a Republican value that we promote very strongly. So being able to wear both of those hats again will help advance that value throughout Collin County. Not to say that Collin County is pretty solid as it is in that regard, but it'll help promote those values. But overarchingly, so I've got my duty on Plano City Council, which is a governmental role. The City Council basically serves as the board of directors for the city organization. But in the party role, my overarching job as chair is to advance the party's values and brand. And I really want to take us back to basics. The Republican Party was founded 170 years ago this year, primarily as an anti-slavery party. Our purpose was to promote liberty. And I think there's no purer form of promoting liberty than the abolition of slavery. That's not something we worry about today in the United States, but that overarching purpose, advancing liberty, has never left the Republican Party. We can take our eyes off the ball from time to time. I want to get us squarely focused back on that. And I want to stress that because that's our mission, that's our purpose as Republicans, and there are only two viable parties. Our enemy is not Democrats. Our enemy is anybody who opposes liberty. That can come in the form of Democrats, Republicans, all sorts of people, all sorts of places all over the world, including the United States. I want people to focus on that. As I've said many times before, George Washington, in his farewell address, warned of the tribalism inherent in political parties. And we had three prominent political parties at the time. We've only narrowed since then. The problem's only gotten worse. And I don't like our two-party system. As long as I don't know a way out of it, as long as we have it, I'm going to be a Republican, because the Republican Party best promotes the advancement of liberty, which is what I strongly believe in. And I'm going to follow the model of two prominent Democrats who serve as an example of why we should not just automatically go into this red versus blue mentality and alienate everybody on the blue team. Because there are two prominent Democrats, you might have heard of them, Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump, who became some of the most prominent Republican presidents we've ever had. And we alienate the future Ronald Reagans and Donald Trumps at our own peril.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, I look forward to, and you've always been such a great friend of the show, and obviously a great friend of Plano, as I mentioned in the open. But thank you so much for taking time to jump on. And first of all, congratulations. Look forward to, every time you come on, it's always educational in one capacity or another. And I know that's very, our listeners are very appreciative of that and just the work that you've done specifically for the city. But I know that's going to extend beyond the city now into Kong County as well. So, Shelby, thank you.
As well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for always being willing to hop on and for all you do in serving our community. And God bless you.
Thank you, Nathan.
Well, that was our interview with Shelby Williams, City Councilman and now GOP Chair for Collin County. And I think I said what I wanted to say again, but every time we have him on, just such educational, kind of a teacher in a sense, and just been a great servant of Plano in our city. So if you ever get a chance to meet him, or we'll have him on many more times, take the opportunity to do that. Fantastic human being and really a servant of the people, which is really what we want in our elected officials. So that's our segment, What's Up Plano. Hopefully you took some notes if you're listening, because we gave you a lot of things that you want to write down for the coming months. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll dive into our topic today, collaborative calls-based marketing. What is it? How can you take advantage of it? How can you partner with businesses as a citizen? How can businesses partner together as communities to really find commonalities in the causes that are important to them and drive growth in business through those? Stick around. We'll be right back on the Community Difference.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Levon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
And now, back to the show.
All right, the moment we have been waiting for as we kick off a new topic, a new segment this month, calls-based collaboration, collaborative marketing for innovative branding. Now, before we do that, I want to remind everybody that if you saw during the break, we have partnerships with the Frisco Rough Riders, the Frisco Fighters Arena Football, and also the Mesquite Rodeo, with many more partnerships to come. So there's a link to request tickets in the comments section as you're watching the show on Facebook. Is it also on YouTube, Lyndon, or just on Facebook?
Yeah, it's on all of them, and they are complimentary tickets. So
they are complimentary. You can request them. You can meet. You can just come, bring your family, give them to an employee, coworker, whatever you want to do to build a relationship with. But we want to build a relationship with you, so you can come out, meet us. We want to get to know you. Lots of exciting events that we're working, that we've built partnerships and looking to add to those as well. So let's start off. What is cause-based marketing? What is collaborative marketing? Collaborative cause-based marketing. What is the definition to you guys? I'm going to open it up to the floor, and we'll just start there, try to kind of build a definition for our audience.
Well, I'll bust in because that's my mojo. And
I knew you would. I was confident that you would do that.
So shy. So it really is a marketing strategy. And we've probably been doing it a long time, but it was never labeled cause-based marketing. So it's a collaboration and a partnership between a local business and a nonprofit. So a cause, a community cause. And so what it does is it helps raise awareness of the nonprofit and what their mission is. And it, at the same time, helps raise brand awareness for the local business owner.
I like that. And I think, and you can even take it further than that, because and obviously nonprofits have a cause, that's why they're in business. But you can even collaborate from just a business to business standpoint as well, if you can get behind some commonality, some common cause. So the same strategy exists there. We have a lot of folks on our call today. I'm thinking specifically of Elizabeth and Dr. Erb, who are all about healing in one capacity or another. And so there's a huge opportunity there. But let me just start with you, Dr. Erb. When you think of cause-based marketing or cause-based collaboration, what comes to your mind?
I just being responsible for your community. Like we've been part of our community for 26 years. And I tell all my onboarding new doctors, unless you have an idea that you are adopting the community and you're responsible for the community, you probably won't be involved in it, or like you should. And when it's yours, like it's your responsibility if something happens and to keep things from happening bad, then you start reaching out and you collaboratively lock hands with other people that are part of that community. So that, like if there's like food banks and things like this, like we have constant things going on in our office that drive awareness of community nonprofit charities that have the same vision that we do. So our vision is for a healthy community, right?
Mhm.
That's our vision. Well, there's a lot of things that come against that same vision. And so we have a common enemy, right? So if hunger is keeping people from health, then we want to be able to provide food for that, right? It's not what we do, but we collaborate with charities and other businesses so that we come together for the better good, basically. And in doing so, literally, we have, what ends up happening is there's this law of reciprocity. When you help somebody as a business owner, they just can't help but just talk about what you did. Like last year, I think we gave over $11,000 to charities of different types and things just through some of the projects that we do in the office. And in doing so, guess what? Like we did not do that to pay money for somebody so that they would send us people to our office, but because we just care, it just seems to happen where it benefits everyone. Our office to be able to serve our mission, which is serving people and saving lives in our community. And that's really what this collaborative marketing is, whether it's business to church, business to nonprofit, business to business, and collaborating with people that have the same vision.
You mentioned that you've created this culture of calls and bringing causes to the forefront of people that not only come into your office, but I'm assuming your employees and other people that are working with you. You created kind of this corporate culture of calls-based marketing, which is, I think, a really important element because that gets not only you as the owner, but everybody else on board with what those potential areas of opportunity are within their community. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of the charities that we work with actually came from people who work with us in the office as team members and said, hey, there's this great charity that we want to work with. Do you think we could do that? And so we have an event every single month where we work for free all day, where people come in, they get their exam and x-rays to begin their journey with us. And all they got to do is just give a donation, and 100% of everything we collect that day, that month, goes to a certain charity. And what ends up doing is it doesn't really cost us anything. And the fact that we're doing that really does help, whether it's, for a church that needs to buy a, speaker system, or a trafficking support organization helping single moms get out of trafficking and places to live and learn how to do life again. Like, all these are great things. And the beautiful part about it is, as an individual, all of us and whoever's watching who's a business owner or whatever else, you get to pick whatever you want to do. Like if you have a heart for helping children, you can pick children's charities. If you have a heart for helping trafficking victims, help those. If you have a heart for like people who are hungry or need shelter, you get to pick whatever you want to do. And the beautiful part about it, there's no limit. And in fact, I'll go even further. After 26 years of doing this, the more good that you do in this collaborative effort, the better that it is for you. Like, you can't ever outgive. Like, the more we give, the more we get. And I've been trying to challenge that one for a while. And it's like,
how's that working out for you?
It's working out pretty good. I mean, we've opened 200 offices throughout 39 states. And all these things just keep falling in our lap. And it's not because we went out to like try to do something to get something. It's just like, we just have a heart for people. And the more that we end up giving, the better things end up for the office and for our mission.
Well, let me ask you this, Elizabeth. I'll ask this to you. A big part of, and this actually dovetails off of our topic last month, which we were talking about social media, how to turn social media into service media. Mm-hmm. And a big part of that was storytelling, right? Getting to your authentic voice, storytelling. But that's a big part of cause-based collaboration, is telling the story, finding the commonalities of things that matter to different groups of people. And obviously there are people, many people that are fighting for and obviously against trafficking, and but also on your side of it where you're helping people heal. What are the benefits that you found of partnering with other organizations with that cause to support your work, their work, your brand, but also the awareness of the issue?
Yeah, so my office is actually located within a nonprofit. So I've partnered with Hope Women's Center, which provides pregnancy testing, parenting education, STD testing, and post-abortive care. And what they were seeing was women coming in out of domestic violence, trafficking, and other histories of trauma. and they didn't have a resource in which to provide a way to interrupt the cycle. And they just found their client needs growing and growing. And so being able to recognize the stories we both were telling of there's a need here and people are hungry for help. And then as we both partner together, now we get to tell the story of hope, really. And what I consistently hear in providing those free counseling spots for the women that come in to get services is, I've wanted this so badly, but I've never had the money. I've never been able to afford this. And life is just looking so hopeless when they come in, and to see the transformation. And so then we get to now both collaboratively as a nonprofit and as a business share about this narrative of change, of people breaking cycles of violence and poverty and trauma in their life, because they're now actually getting access to high quality mental health care that they've not been able to receive. While also, and on my business side, people getting to know about my business as the nonprofit goes out into the community and shares about their partnership. And so we both get to promote the work that we're doing as a resource.
I love that. And that really is a big part of the collaboration, is because you can obviously do more together for a cause than you could do separately. Kirk, to you, in the risk management world, I know you work a lot with some higher net worth individuals as well. Have you found any maybe kind of cross-sector collaborations that have been effective in your brand, growing your brand for a specific cause, or just talk me through that a little bit, what you've discovered in your world?
As part of my business, in terms of getting my services out in the marketplace, networking is important, and meeting with business leaders. I'm part of a networking group that actually has taken this as our challenge. We don't have any dues in our networking group. We invite, individual seats, specific industry specific seats to join our networking group. And then on a quarterly basis, as a group, nominate and decide upon a charity. And the dues that our group collect are really just $100 per quarter for the charity that the group decides. So we're really, the idea of giving to get is big, because we get to give and nominate a charity that we're passionate about, the group chooses, and then we get to bring that charity in and present a check. And the feeling, the response that we get on Facebook, and just the personal feeling that you get by making that happen on a quarterly basis has really been great. Crossing a lot of different industries, getting a lot of people involved in that.
Well, I won't ask you to list all the causes that you're passionate about, but do you have any that you've found that you can work with other sectors, maybe totally different than the insurance world, but where there's some cross-pollination there, where you guys can kind of build business together and increase your brand? Or is it more like, I want to I have some causes that I get behind that I can align with some of the clients that I'm targeting, or something along those lines? Does that make sense?
Yes. So locally, I'm on the board for the Allen High School lacrosse team. Lacrosse in Texas is not a UIL sport, so we're a club, and it gives me a chance to interact with a lot of the various families. We have over 200 families that are part of the Allen Lacrosse Club, and as a club, we need to fundraise, and we fundraise going out to doing outreach to various local businesses, as well as hosting charitable events to help raise money. We do a mulch every year. And so my contacts, some of my clients that live in the Allen Plano area, I reach out to them, make sure that they know that they can have mulch delivered twice a year to their houses, where we spread and remove all the trash. And it's, a turnkey deal, and a big supporter for the club. Another area that I'm part of is the Allen Ducks Unlimited. Ducks Unlimited is a national conservation organization, and various individuals that we work with together to raise funds for Ducks Unlimited. Again, cross-referencing. Some are clients, some are prospects, but we're all there together for the same cause. So just two examples.
So Kirk, Lyndon's asking this in the private chat. Would you like some tickets to share with those folks as lacrosse athletes?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you guys talk in the stick around afterwards. So
I look forward to that. Thank you.
You mentioned something. See how people really win. They didn't. You have to pay for them. That's awesome. You mentioned something that is a big part, I think, of cause-based marketing, and it's innovative fundraising. Right? You talked about fundraising, and there's traditional fundraising, and I'm not going to. Everybody knows what that is. We've experienced that, but I think what you're doing is very innovative in that regard, talking about organizing events and things through social media or email campaigns, whatever, to bring awareness to these causes in the community and rally other businesses, other community members around that. And again, I can ask this to you or anybody else that wants to comment. How have you guys seen that be successful, or is that something that you've even thought about from a way of building relationships through the brand?
I'm thinking through. I'm a processor. Sorry. So, I'm thinking through like the digital campaign aspect and going back to when they did like the ice bucket challenge. What I love hearing with what Kirk was sharing is kind of like there's a service being provided, which I think gives an easy entry into that collaborative space, because you're offering like mulch or something. So you're providing a service, which then, because people sometimes have this what's in it for me mentality, they're maybe a little bit more willing to give because they're receiving something as well. But then back to the digital campaigns, I'm thinking through like the ice bucket challenge and how like that movement really grew and is very creative, a very visually stimulating way of drawing attention to that cause. The other thing that I thought was really interesting are like the story highlights and takeovers. So like using those influencers and allowing somebody to take over your Instagram page or your feed for a day. And then you're partnering together and you're able to, again, like bring awareness to a cause and like really crowd share to bring in that fundraising or try to tackle those fundraising goals, which I think is pretty cool. The live streaming, I mean, we've seen a lot of that. And then personally, like I like to do polls and quizzes. So I shared a couple podcasts ago that human trafficking is a cause that's dear to my heart, like fighting that. And January's National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And so, sorry, I got distracted by the chat. But I will, I'll say, hey, I'm going to donate a portion of my profits this month towards this cause. And then at the end of that month, say, okay, I'm going to poll everybody. What are some causes that are important to you? Because I would love to support those as well. And then kind of see which ones, got the most traction. And then say, okay, so I'll donate a portion of my profits from the travel I book in the month of June or whatever to whatever cause it was that seemed to have the most traction in those polls or quizzes.
I like that. And all these efforts, if you think about it, everything we're doing, we obviously have the cause of whatever we're passionate about is behind the collaboration. It's behind why we're finding these partnerships. But at the end of the day, all these things as a business owner are going to help us create content a lot. In fact, some of these measures, as you talked about, are digital campaigns, but they're going to help us to stay top of mind. They're going to help us to differentiate from I don't want to say competition, but yes, from competition. But at the end of the day, what is our goal? To be seen, be heard, be remembered. Well, why is that? Because that's how our businesses thrive. That's how we grow. That's how we impact the community. And so a huge part of these efforts are measuring the success that they're having, right? The social impact. So whether it's like Kirk, you were talking about fundraising efforts, or Liz, you were talking about different collaborating with different businesses, Lauren, digital media campaigns. What do you guys do to determine, hey, is this working? Is it bringing the results, the awareness to to the cause, obviously, but also to the brand that we want it to do. Does that make sense?
I think that's a great question. And we've got an accountability to ourselves, to the nonprofits that we're serving. And so I would love to hear too, like, how do people measure success? What does success look like? Is it having a specific fundraising goal? Is it growing more, just seeing who's more aware of that particular cause? So number one would be defining what that end goal is.
I think what we're doing on our space is looking at data and how data can drive greater awareness, funding, and growth. And so that's something that we set up and talked about, and kind of talking through expectations as we moved into kind of creating this collaborative agreement, was how do this data and how we collect it benefits both parties.
There's lots of data out there from studies like the Nielsen. Everybody's heard about the Nielsen studies, marketing studies. And what's really surprising to me, that when they ran this study, that 66% of people out there would pay more for your product or service if they knew that you were backing a cause. So if they knew that you were behind the local charity, the fire department, in my hometown, they have the ice plunge up at the lake. I think they're all crazy, but they have the ice plunge. and what's great about it is community leaders get involved in it. Then you have local businesses that are able to increase their sales. And then the fire department is the cause. They're the first responders. So the fire department gets funds to fund their cause and their mission. And so it's a community effort. And when you know that people would rather do business with you than the business down the street, and they'd rather pay more, because here's what I found. I found that everybody wants to give. God gives us a giving heart. And most people have two challenges when it comes to giving to a charity. One is they don't have the money to write the check, and the other one is they don't have time to work on the charity. So we are helping them and showing them how to get back to the community.
100%. And, we could talk about this for another 2 hours, probably. We do have another 3 shows, so make sure you tune back in. We're going to come back. We'll hit our commercial break here. I always want to give love to our sponsors, a great partnership. Speaking of collaboration, and when we come back, we'll jump in deeper with our guests, get to know them a little bit. And so stick around. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home from June 11th through the 16th against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Enjoy fireworks from the field and NASCAR night presented by the Texas Motor Speedway on June 14th, Mutt Cuts night, a tribute to Dumb and Dumber, on June 15th, and Father's Day and Dallas Black Giants Day on June 16th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the future stars of your Texas Rangers.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back alongside our guest, Dr. David Erb, Kirk Hodgson, and of course, Elizabeth Schutz, and our wonderful co-host, Diane Cassel and Lauren Gill. I'm going to dive right in and start with our guest. I want to just ask a couple of questions to get to know you guys a little bit more. And I'll ask this and kind of open it up to everybody to answer. But let's start with you, Kirk. How, in your role in risk management, the people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, how do you define success in that role? What does that look like for you?
Well, after being in the business for a lot of years, both on the company side and here in the agency side, one of the things that I picked up primarily on the company side was the lack of knowledge transfer, lack of education that was being provided to clients about their insurance and how insurance is differentiated. Many years ago, the state of Texas had the same homeowners form. So there was very little differences. Then they allowed differentiation to come in. Well, that education has not necessarily always been given to clients. So part of what I do and what I find very rewarding is taking a client through the process of understanding their insurance, how homeowners insurance works, how automobile insurance works, the differentiation and coverages, and how it applies to their lives. When you've got, high net worth individuals, there are certain aspects to how they expect to be treated in a claim. There are important aspects to the insurance proposal, and that's what I bring to the clients, and really feel good about walking away having educated my clients or prospects, and then ultimately clients.
Dr. Erb, same thing to you.
Well, for me, I'm going to kind of go off track a little bit. My thing is just being excited every day, just to meet with people and get results. Like I'm going to tell you straight, I'm an addict. I'm addicted to people finding the cause of health issues and getting those results. And we live in a world where every single ill has a pill, and nobody wants to take drugs as a lifestyle anymore. Nobody wants to spend 32 seconds with a doctor. People want to be healthy. They don't want to be going to doctors all the time and having health issues. And, especially as we learned through COVID, there was a lot of mistakes that health departments made, the U.S. government made, and it's led to a tidal wave of absolute wreckage in the lives of people. And I just this week, I got a video from a lady that's a patient who reversed her lupus, all of her, sores on her legs. She's off all of her meds. She got her life back. And it's, all these diagnoses that seem like lifetime diagnoses or phase 4 cancers or whatever else. There's so often we've been convinced that I'm going to be on a drug the rest of my life, or, this is my, my future. It's so often not what people believe. And I tell you what, for me, I'm just excited to have the honor to be able to sit down with people and put them on a track that's going to be something great. And the beautiful part, we're talking today, we're talking about this collaborative marketing thing, being in a community that you love and working with people that you have a relationship with now. And that's probably what Kirk loves too. He actually has a relationship with people that he's helping through their finances and their vision for their life. It's the same thing with health and life, but it's the same thing with the community. My idea for my community is people are healthy. And, when you start working with other businesses and collaborating with that, what a beautiful thing to live in a community that you helped make better. We don't live necessarily in Plano, but just down the road from it. Plano is one of the greatest cities in North Texas, if not
Amen.
The country. And it's the safest place. Finances are great. Jobs are amazing. I sat down with one of the past mayors of Plano recently at a group I was at. What I love about it is everybody that I meet, and I'm sure there's some outliers there, but everybody I meet has this idea, I just want my place to be better. I want my city to be better. And when we all do that, man, what a beautiful place to live, and what an awesome honor it is to be with people.
Elizabeth, same thing to you. How do you find success in your role?
Yeah, this is a great question. So trauma is kind of one of the biggest things that keep people from experiencing success, whether that's in their relationships, financially, achieving their dreams, having those career goals, being able to be attainable. And so when I hear clients being able to have better boundaries with family, and so there's less distress in their lives, that instead of isolating, they're actually enjoying their community and meeting people in ways that are healthy and safe, or they're actually finding the courage and the mental capacity to now maintain employment or to go back to school. And so those are the ways that I measure success are my clients' lives expanding and getting bigger and better, because everybody should be able to have the life that they were created for.
Couldn't agree more with that. Lauren, to you, in your role, y'all have very different roles, because Liz is dealing with people that have gone through something terrible, and you're trying to help people go through something amazing. So it's kind of the opposite from a business standpoint. But how do you find success being able to bring joy and happiness and memories as a part of your world?
Yeah, love that. And the theme that I'm hearing is relationship. And in my space, it's very similar. It's developing those relationships with clients so that I've created an experience for them that makes them want to come back and work with me, because I've built trust. I've lined out the itinerary. I've made sure that things went smoothly. I've been there if things didn't go smoothly, to help support them. I had a client whose flight to London was canceled on Saturday. I spent 3 hours on the phone trying to find another flight for her. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to fly out till Monday, but was just with her every step of the way and trying to problem solve and all of that. So my hope is that the experience she had of me will cultivate into a longer relationship working together. And then, of course, getting referrals because I've done a good job for somebody else.
Diane, and lastly but not least, we've heard a lot today as far as what you're passionate about, but how do you put all that together to say, hey, I'm successful in what I'm doing? How do you find success?
I'll just have to piggyback with what Dr. David and Lauren said, and everybody, really, it's community. So for me, it's not the bank account. It's never been about the bank account and how much money I make. It's about watching people and changing lives and actually letting them know that they make a difference in this world and that they're important and that they have something to share that God gave them, and to go out and share that God-given gift and watch them grow. It truly is the most incredible feeling. And then when I get to team up with somebody like Dr. David and help him grow his foundation through one of my fundraising platforms, and to see that foundation actually start working towards the goal and the mission that seems like it's far away. But when you start the wheels in motion, it's really not that far away after all. That's success.
Well, we've got about 2 minutes before our last break, before we get to our rapid fire section, but just kind of 15, 20 seconds each. We'll start with Kirk. Kirk, just talk to me about Plano. What's your favorite thing about this community? I know, Dr. Erb, you kind of jumped in already. We'll share a couple of things, but if you have more, we're happy to hear them. But we'll start with Kirk. What drew you to Plano? What do you love about Plano?
So, historical perspective, I grew up outside the Philadelphia area, and when we lost two of our neighbors to job transfers down to Plano. And I was just kind of in awe, like, what's about Plano? Why are all these people going there out of my life? And then through careers, I ended up getting into Texas, and everybody questioned me, like, why are you in Texas? Hey, that's where the opportunity is. Lived in San Antonio, got the chance to move back to North Texas, and the time in Plano just it's Texas. It feels so good about Texas. There's such diversification of people, such diversification of events and food, and it's the complete package. And then throw in that very important part as a parent, as an insurance advisor, it's safe.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, Liz, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say I've noticed just the increasing diversity. I love that Coming from LA, a very diverse place, that's one of the things that I really value. And just feeling like I can explore it and feel safe in that. I think those are the big things that draw me.
Dr. Erb, anything to add to your previous compliments of Plano?
I don't know. My wife and I like going out when we have time, and there seems like there's always something going on. Like, you don't have to look very far. There's a concert, there's a community event, there's some kind of outdoor thing, like this Texas flood thing coming up. Like, I played jazz and blues guitar in college, and I loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. And Texas, like, even people that don't like listen to blues music, I dare you to go out. You will be mesmerized by Texas Flood. They're crazy good. And so just stuff like that. Like, I can't even wait to go. You'll see me out there probably with my wife, but it's always got something going on, from food to the arts to all that stuff. Plano's always got something going on. I love it.
That's awesome. Well, hey, when we come back from break, we're going to go through rapid fire. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to throw some crazy questions out there, get to know our guests a little bit more, and then we'll wrap up. So stick around. We'll be right back.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts, called the Community Difference Series, are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
All right. We're going to get right into our last segment here. Thank you so much to our incredible guests and co-hosts. What a fantastic conversation. I hope as you're listening to this, you've got a lot of value from this and from what we're doing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put a timer on the clock here. Here's the rules for the rapid fire segment. I'm going to start the timer, and we're just going to go through as many questions as we can. Don't ramble. If you ramble, you're going to get the buzz sound. We just want to get as much as possible. So let's play our sounder. Let's get right off to the bat. We'll introduce the segment, and then we'll be off to the races.
Are you ready? Rapid fire.
All right, here we go. 4 minutes on the timer. We're going to go through. And what is your favorite? If you had to sing karaoke, what's the song that you're going to? Diane, we're starting with you.
Oh, my goodness. Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Okay. Judy Garland version. Kirk.
Behind Blue Eyes by The Who.
Okay. Lauren.
Something Metallica.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Bring you up to karaoke. Elizabeth.
Well, we're learning something every day.
Karaoke's a hard pass.
so just nothing. No, you couldn't be forced. Okay. I like your resiliency. Dr. Erb.
The Chair, George Strait.
Okay. I like it. Same answer for me always. Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. Most unusual talent you have. We'll go backwards. Start with you, Dr. Erb.
I juggle.
Wow. Okay. Elizabeth.
Ballroom dancing.
Okay. Wow, man. A lot of things to find out later from everyone. Lauren.
I rode a horse without spilling a glass of wine.
That's talent.
Golly. Great job, Lauren. We need to hear more about that later. We don't have time. Kirk.
I like to do fairly well skeet shooting.
Okay. Diane.
Two-stepping.
All right. I can catch things in my mouth from long distances away, like food. Don't ask me how I discovered that. Favorite way to spend a weekend, Diane?
Oh, by myself reading a book.
Always. Kirk.
With good friends, great wine, great food.
Lauren.
Can I just copy Diane and Kirk? Like one day of reading and one day
of wine,
friends and wine,
Whole day of
margarita by
wine?
the pool.
Okay, you can. That's allowed. Elizabeth.
I'd say good food and live music.
All right. Well, hey, there's an event on the 22nd in Plano.
Yeah.
Dr. Erb.
On the lake, surfing with friends and family.
Okay. For me, it's either reading, writing, having a cigar, and being around people. So, favorite ice cream flavor: chocolate chip cookie dough or bluebell vanilla. I'm gonna take two. Dr. Erb.
I don't know on that one. I just don't eat a lot of ice cream.
He's
so
anti. Yeah, you can't eat ice cream with what you do.
I would say it if I did it, but I don't have a favorite. I guess
That's fair. That's fair. Elizabeth.
They just discontinued my favorite, the brand Folded. It's horchata with churro swirl.
Oh wow, that sounds very, very bougie. That's bougie ice cream for sure. Lauren.
I'm a Baskin Robbins girl, so mint chocolate chip or Tax Crunch, which is only around in April.
Okay, Kirk.
If I'm given just the major three, vanilla. If I'm given a broad stream of good ice cream, salted caramel.
Diane.
I don't eat ice cream anymore, but back in the day when I was a bad girl, I would say mint chocolate.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you and Dr. Erb are on a different plane. So I'm gonna adopt y'all's philosophy. 30 seconds, so we're gonna have to go fast. If you could become an expert at anything, what would it be? Diane.
Playing the piano.
Kirk.
Technology, computers, and electronics.
Okay, Lauren.
Languages, multilingual.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Ballroom dancing.
Oh, okay. So you're on the path to that. That's good. Dr. Erb.
Lauren's. I'm going with communication and language.
Okay.
Yes.
For me, it's probably an instrument of some sort, guitar, piano, something like that. So, hey, that's our rapid fire. First of all, thank you guys so much for being on today. I want to give everybody, what's our time here? We got a little bit of time. Let's go with 45 seconds. We're going to have everybody wrap up 45 seconds. What you got out of the show, and then how to get in touch with you if anybody has any questions, or obviously wants to do some collaboration, calls-based collaboration in one capacity or another. So we'll start with Kirk.
In all honesty, just getting a chance to meet everybody and hearing and sharing some of the thoughts about marketing and various causes. I think it's kind of inspiring to know that I can reach out to somebody and talk to them about getting some ideas, the opportunity just to kind of expand my centers of influence. So I really appreciate everybody on the call. Good to see Diane again. Lauren, thank you very much for the invitation. Great to meet David, Elizabeth, and you, Nathan. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. You see his information scrolling there at the bottom if you want to contact Kirk. Dr. Erb.
So again, thanks for having me on the show today. I just want to encourage every single person to get involved in their community. When it comes to health, never judge your health by how you feel. It's the worst way ever. If there's somebody that's listening today, or if any of you guys that have a health issue or a diagnosis that you want to get out of, I would suggest to you, even though you may not think that it's possible, generally it's almost always possible. And so I just want to encourage anybody with a health issue or have a child with a health issue, reach out to somebody who is even alternative like me, doing some things differently. You can always find us at erbfamilywellness.com. Anywhere, call us. We can do consults over the phone. We can just, whatever it takes to be an encouragement to anybody.
Awesome. Elizabeth.
I think what really stands out is the importance of relationships. We talked about how our businesses grow through relational connections, But that's one of the biggest things I see with clients. When clients don't have healthy relationships, we all struggle with our mental health when we're isolated. We saw that so heavily with COVID, the isolation and the impact on mental health. So if you are struggling with mental health, reach out to support groups, create relationships, and consider working with a therapist to find out what are some of those barriers getting in the way of having healthy relationships.
I love that. That's fantastic. Diane.
What resonated throughout the show was how communities really do come together. And I know that there are a lot of people out there hurting. They don't know where to turn to. And that's the reason for this show, and how everybody can make a difference, and how the world needs love. And we're part of being difference makers, every single one of us on this show today. You can reach me, of course, as you can see, at Diane at Castle to Castle. My phone number is 972-658-4035. And I help nonprofits fund their mission and through different platforms. And I truly believe that together we can elevate lives, we can empower dreams, and we can fund hope.
You do believe that. I know that for a fact. Lauren.
Selfishly, as I shared earlier, I've got that heart for fighting human trafficking. So I'm excited to have gotten to spend some time with Liz, and would love to know more how I can get involved here locally when it comes to that cause. But really enjoyed just the time with each of you, and as was displayed, that just that relationship aspect of what we do is so important. If you're a nonprofit and you're watching this and you do galas to fundraise, I would love to partner with you to curate some trips that will help support those fundraising goals. And you can reach me at the number and email that you see below.
Fantastic. I can always tell when we've had a great conversation because the time flies. And so I've hosted 100, I don't know how many episodes, lots of episodes, but sincerely enjoyed the conversation today. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Dr. Erb. Thank you, Kirk. And of course, our amazing co-host and friends, Diane Cassel and Lauren Gill. Thank you guys so much for participating in what is really going to be a fantastic topic for this month. And I think if you're listening to this as a business owner, man, take to heart some of the ideas and some of the things that were espoused and talked upon as far as utilizing opportunities where you can build the right relationships to get behind certain causes or things you're passionate about. When you bring people together that are passionate about something, only good things are going to happen. And so it's going to help elevate your brand, your business. It's going to differentiate you in the community. It's going to make you a resource, harkening back to our topic last month, a resource for change, for knowledge, for whatever. You're going to be a trusted person to do business with because of the relationships that you're building. So again, tickets, they're not, we don't charge, they're free. We want to get to know you. Come hang out with us. Check them out in the link on our Facebook and YouTube. Once again, fantastic show. Thank you guys for being on today. Have a blessed day. We'll be back with the continued topic next week, all new co-host, all new guest. And we look forward to seeing you then. So have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Cassel with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asiya Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, Scott Johnson with Fireboss Realty, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.